G'day from Tom Grimshaw, the founder and owner of Healthelicious Foods. Before you make the decision of whether or not to give my energy bars a try, I figure I owe you a personal explanation of how and why a software developer came to be making healthy food bars, and why I plan to eat one of my peak performance bars every day for the rest of my life. In 2008, my youngest daughter Katie Ann was working past dinner time. Katie Ann was mostly vegetarian, so if they dished her up a lamb stew, she'd go buy a Mars bar. Even though I was not the cook in the family, I thought, heck, even I can do better than that. So I started experimenting with ingredients I had in the kitchen with the intention of making her a healthy meal replacement. My energy booster bar had a limited number of natural, healthy, energizing ingredients, such as the ones you see here. Katie Ann liked them and gave some to her friends to try. Pretty soon I was making 6 kilos of them each week. Her friends found they had more energy from eating one of my bars than they did from their normal diet. I wondered, what's going on that a non-nutritionally trained software developer can make a food bar that gives people more energy than their normal diet? Then I thought, if I can get this result, which is what I had in the kitchen cupboard, how good can I make it if I really tried? So I embarked on a steep health and nutrition learning curve. I signed up for more than a dozen health newsletters and spent an incredible amount of time poring over health-related websites for results from the latest research. And here are just some of the places from which I sourced my data. I scoured the internet for potential food bar ingredients with remarkable health benefits, and found so many spectacular foods that my top bar is rapidly approaching 100 individual ingredients. In the process, I also discovered how our modern diet is making us fat and sick. Over the past century, our food has deteriorated dramatically in nutrient quality. Vital minerals and vitamins have significantly declined in some popular foods, including potatoes, tomatoes, bananas and apples. For instance, in Canada, the average potato has lost 100% of its vitamin A, 57% of its vitamin C and iron, 50% of its riboflavin, 28% of its calcium, and 18% of its thiamine. And, just in case you think, look, that's in Canada, it's different here. Is it? This shows you a percentage of the mineral depletion of soil for the last 100 years to 1992. You can see in North America it's 85%, in South America and Asia 76%, Africa 74%, Europe 72%, and in Australia 55% of our nutrient quality is gone from the soils. And those results were to 1992, which at the time of writing this was 19 years ago. To the best of my knowledge, farming methods have not widely changed since then, so those figures are almost certainly a lot worse now. This has caused our diet to become a significant cause of disease and illness. Much of the food we now eat alters the very structure of our genes and is the leading cause of the growing epidemic of heart disease, Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes, cancer and obesity. While researching, I learned that it's possible to prevent and even reverse the damage from a poor diet by eating natural foods that are high in nutrient density. In fact, George Metellian, who has the site whfoods.com, makes an interesting point. He says, unless you obtain the majority of your calories from his list of the world's healthiest foods, chances are you're not getting enough nutrients for the calories you consume. In which case, you will be either undernourished or overweight. Undernourished if you eat only as many calories as you need to maintain your weight, or overweight if you eat enough to satisfy your nutrient requirements. Truth be told, a great many people are both, overweight and undernourished. This may be the reason my clients tell me that they can eat my nutrient-dense energy bars and still lose weight. I also learned that many of the ills that plague us have known causes and certain remedies. We are just not told about them. I learned what is profitable for a business to make and sell, even though it tastes great, is not necessarily healthy for your body. For For instance, two of the cheapest ingredients on the supermarket shelf are cane sugar and white flour. They are also two of the worst foods you can put in your body. But that doesn't stop food manufacturers from including them in a great many of the foods most people eat. My research taught me that in many cases we have been told the exact opposite of the truth. For example, the lie, fat is bad for you. It's not. In fact, the people who eat the most fat have the lowest weight and better health than people who eat the least. In the Framingham Heart Study, researcher Dr. William P. Castelli found that the more saturated fat one ate, the more cholesterol one ate, the more calories one ate, the lower the person's serum cholesterol. It was found that the people who ate the most cholesterol, ate the most saturated fat, ate the most calories, weighed the least, and were the most physically active. So, when you see a new push in the media, ask the question, who profits from this? And follow the money. Most people are doing the normal, what everybody else does. They eat food that is highly sugared, highly refined, loaded with artificial flavours, artificial colours, preservatives and toxins. Unfortunately, that directly contributes to the 5 major factors in degenerative diseases and premature death. Don't be normal. With my bars and book, I have made it very simple and very easy for you to exit the freeway to an early death. Illness, disease, and early death. Not what I want for me, not what I want for my family, not what I want for you. That's why my food bars are different. My intention is to make the healthiest food in the world. My food bars are jam-packed with nutrient-dense foods that have nutritionists amazed at their contents. Every bite of healthy food reduces health risk and helps reverse damage. I hope you grab yourself a trial pack of my Healthy Energy bars and slices and see how well your body responds to genuine nutrition designed to improve your mental and physical wellness. But whether you do or not, thanks for taking the time to listen to what I've had to say. I hope it was useful to you. Eat well, do well, live long and prosper.